Welcome back, folks. The 113th running of the Drake Relays has officially come to a close. But as always, the weekend brought some of the best action out on the track and in the field. Sports Force's Amber Salas brings us our final update from Des Moines.
We have seen some of the best competing here at the 113th Drake Relays, and we've seen it all from PRs, new school records, and lots of determination as these athletes leave it all on the track. It is the final day of the Drake Relays, giving these athletes one last chance to do something special. Kicking things off was the college women's distance medley, with Wayne State finishing 7th at 12 minutes 35.07 seconds. Dorr also coming in 6th at 12 minutes 32.47 seconds. The same two teams would represent on the men's side. Dorr crossing the line at 10 minutes 3.05 seconds, good for 5th. Wayne State finishing 8th at 10 minutes 18.29 seconds. Now over to the college men's long jump. Northwestern's Braden Cavalege puts his name in the mix, leaping for 23 feet 11 3/4 to finish in 3rd.
It honestly means a lot, just because I wasn't coming into college doing track. I was originally baseball, and so now that my name's up here and stuff, it's definitely a uplifter.
Also in the championship men's long jump, Logan Moeller of Wayne State representing the Wildcats as he finishes 4th at 23 feet 4 3/4. Back to the track for the girls' 400 hurdles. Jara Merchant of Spencer at the relays for her 3rd time. She comes in 10th in this one, crossing the line at 1:05.24.
I just love this place so much, the environment here and the culture. Everyone's so nice to each other, and you just feel so welcome. It's just crazy to be here. It's my favorite place to run.
Now for some college action in the women's 100 meter, they go by in a dash, and it's Erin Kinney of South Dakota coming in 3rd at 11.51 seconds. She holds the Yotes all-time record in the 100. Also representing the Yotes as a Drake Relays champion, Hugo Morvan steps on the podium as the winner of the 110 meter hurdles, finishing at 13.88 seconds, a new PR for him. The rain might have started to come down, but that didn't stop two former Bishop Heelan teammates. They were state champions for Heelan in the 3A distance medley in 2019, but now Amber Asoff and Madison Yoakum race against each other side by side in the 800. Representing Iowa, Asoff finishes 3rd at 2 minutes 8.93 seconds, and Yoakum representing the Coyotes in 4th at 2 minutes 10.03 seconds. Both celebrating like old times with a post-race hug.
And getting to toe the line, not just in the same race but next to each other, that was incredible, so fun. It was definitely just one of those moments that'll go down in best track moment history and stuff like that, so it was really fun.
I think it's super special. I think Madison is one teammate that I've always had that brings the best out of me, and I think we're both very competitive runners, so being able to not only go against each other but use each other, work together, and come out with a good race is super important, super special to us.
Now to some of the final events of the day in the college men's 4x100. Dordt finishes 3rd at 41.33 seconds, and Northwestern close behind in 4th. The high school girls 4x100 was talent overload. MOC Floyd Valley finishes 6th at 49.55 seconds, with Sioux City East right behind them in 7th. And closing out the Drake Relays was the distance runners, and the girls 1500 Scipio Cheaton's Madison Brower kicks with all she's got in the final stretch to finish 2nd at 4 minutes 36.04 seconds. And after multiple races this weekend, Sioux City North's Gabe Nash ends on a high note in the 1600. It's deja vu of the 3200. He sees Pella coming but says not today to win the race at 4 minutes 12.30 seconds for a new PR.
It feels amazing. I was so close in the 800, the 3200. It just feels so good to finally get one of these. I've just wanted this so bad, and it just feels awesome.
A special moment for Nash to share with his dad and coach, who is also a standout runner himself. That'll do from the 2023 Drake Relays. From Des Moines, Amber Salas, KTIV Sports Force.